A'udhu Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back in the chemistry lecture of 11th science. Last time we have seen about the quantum mechanics consideration and subatomic particle. So I have said that the Bohr theory actually was failed, that was having many drawbacks. So it was suggested that some better theory is required to explain the structure of atoms. So ahead, the two important development in the formulation of such models are dual character of the matter and the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. And here a scientist de Broglie has also explained about the velocity of the electron. Dual behavior of matter. Now let's see how the dual behavior of matter was explained by the de Broglie. As we know very well that the de Broglie, the dual behavior of matter, that matter has particle nature also and wave nature also. This was actually the dual behavior. In the year 1924, de Broglie proposed that the matter like radiation should also exhibit dual behavior, that is particle and wave nature. Previously we have seen that the radiation exhibit the dual nature. Over here in 1924 de Broglie says that the matter has two property, that is particle and wave. Actually particle nature and wave nature, these properties consist by the electromagnetic radiation, but de Broglie suggested that even matter also having this dual nature, that is particle nature and wave nature. So he said that like proton electron should exhibit wave character, apart from it the particle character, which is called as a dual character. So according to the de Broglie, matter in the motion should exhibit dual nature. When the matter is in motion, it exhibits a dual nature. Say for example, particle as well as a wave nature. What is the de Broglie equation? The de Broglie equation is given by lambda is equal to h upon p. I repeat again, de Broglie equation, wavelength is equal to h upon p. P is a momentum. So the equation it is not given properly over here. The equation is lambda is equal to h upon p. This is the de Broglie equation. I repeat again, the de Broglie equation is lambda is equal to h upon p. P is a momentum. So the formula can also be considered as lambda is equal to h is upon mv. Mv is nothing but momentum. What is momentum? Mass into velocity. That means if a bike is moving with a velocity, the mass, the product of mass and the velocity is considered to be as a momentum. I repeat again, the product of mass and velocity is considered to be as a momentum. So the de Broglie equation is given by lambda is equal to h is the Planck constant divided by momentum, that is mass into velocity. This formula is very important. De Broglie wave equation, as I told you, that lambda is equal to h upon momentum. De Broglie predictions was confirmed experimentally when he was found that an electron beam undergo diffraction. Diffraction is the characteristic of wave. That means from this statement we can say that the matter has a wave nature. Diffraction is the bending of wave at a edge. That is said to be as a diffraction. The phenomena has led to the development of the electron microscope, as ordinary microscope uses wave nature of light. Electron microscope produce 15 million times magnification of an object. 15 million, 1 million, 10 lakh, 15 million, 15 lakh times magnification. The wavelength associated with the ordinary object are so short, the wavelength associated with the ordinary object are so short because of their large masses such that the wave property cannot be detected. Because of the large size, the wave property cannot be detected. So the wavelength associated with the electron and the subatomic particle like the other neutrons, etc., very small masses can be detected experimentally. They have very small masses. Okay, so we can determine, that is why. As I told you, the formula for de Broglie equation, lambda, that is the wavelength, is equal to h upon mv, that is h upon momentum. Momentum is p. It can be detected from two fundamental equations. E. Einstein's mass energy equivalence, that is mc square, mass, and c is the velocity of light, that is 3 lakh kilometer per second, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And Max Planck's equation, we have seen that it says that it is an electromagnetic radiations, sunlight. So that is h nu, it is in the form of packet of energy, that is h nu. So mc square is equal to mc square is equal to mc square is equal to h nu. Nu is, and what is nu? Nu is the c by lambda. Frequency is equal to, c is equal to nu lambda. We have seen. So in place of nu we have substituted c by lambda, and cc cancel. From the numerator, mc is equal to h by lambda. Lambda is equal to h upon mc. C is a velocity. So velocity is written as a v, h upon mv, and mv is nothing but p, momentum. So lambda is equal to h upon p, momentum. By the equation both energies, by equating both energies, that is energy of radiation and energy of the given by Einstein. Velocity is considered for the other particle as a matter. Now this, one of the postulate of the Bohr, mvr is equal to nh upon 2 pi, that is angular momentum of an electron, is equal to integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. 2 pi, so we can manipulate in the numerator and m upon v in the denominator, so it becomes 2 pi r and h upon mv. From the de Broglie equation, lambda equal to h upon mv, angular momentum, as I told you, h upon mv is nothing but lambda. Therefore 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. In place of h upon m we can put as a n lambda, which clearly says that the circumference, 2 pi r is the formula for circumference of a circle, is integral multiple of the wavelength. Integral multiple of the wavelength. See here, this one, circumference of a circle is equal to n lambda. Such an orbit exists according to the Bohr's quantization of the angular momentum. These both ends of the wave meet each other without crossing. In the above figure, we have seen, both the end of the wave meet without crossing. So then they are said to be in the phase. They are said to be in the phase. Such an orbit is possible, then it is said to be as an obey to n r is equal to n lambda. It follows perfectly that the angular momentum is quantized and it is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So the wave fits around the circumference of a circle perfectly obeying 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. It is due to constructive interference. This constructive interference and destructive interference you must have studied in physics. or you will study later. If suppose 2n pi is not equal to n. Now when these two waves are meeting, they are crossing each other, it is said to be as an destructive interference, and which is not equal to n lambda, which is not equal to n lambda. You can see the cross and taraf, they are just not just they are getting destroyed over here. So that is said to be as a not following the rule, does not exist by the Bohr quantization. Previously we have seen it was exists. Both end of the wave across, they are crossing each other. So that does not follows. If the both end of the wave do not meet and cross each other, then it does not follow circumference is not equal to n lambda. Then they are said to be as out of phase. Such an orbit does not exist, and thus we can say that angular momentum is not quantized. So where it is equal, it is quantized. So it is said to be as a destructive interference, and previously was a constructive interference. De Broglie wavelength is applicable for the smaller particle like the electron, proton, neutrons, atoms and molecules which travel with very high velocity, as they have very small masses, that is negligible masses. De Broglie wavelength is not applicable for the bigger object like football, volleyball, baseball, which travel with a very low velocity, and these are also insignificant even if they travel with high velocity due to the higher mass. That means if the volleyball, football is moving with very high velocity, de Broglie equation will not be applicable to them because they are having a very large mass. Numerical problem based on the de Broglie equation. What will be the wavelength of the electron and the football with traveling with the same 1/10th of the velocity of light if the mass of the electron is 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 28 gram, that while that of the football is 0.1 kg. Mass of electron is 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 28 gram, that is the mass of electron. Mass of football 0.1 kg, 0.1 into 1000, so it will convert into gram, 100 gram, as velocity of electron is equal to velocity of football. That is velocity 1/10th of the velocity of light. Velocity of light 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. If you can convert into centimeter, it will be 3 into 10 raised to minus 10. And 1/10th, so it will be 3 into 10 raised to 9 centimeter per second. That will be equal to velocity of electron. Lambda equal to h upon mv. H is the Planck constant, 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. It is in the joule second. Now it is minus 27. It is in the lower unit, that is erg per centimeter. Seconds, erg second. Now mass of electron 9.11 into 10 power minus 19, and we have a velocity. From back side we have substituted a velocity, and it is calculated into total because the mass of the electron was given as 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 20. That is the mass of electron, and here we have calculated, and it goes to minus 19, and then it is substituted. It was found to be 0.242 wavelength. As I told you, the Planck constant value is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 27 erg second. And when it is converted into Armstrong, so it is 0.242 Armstrong. It is significant value, whereas for football, h upon mv, you can see the value, large value. You will get 10 raised to minus 38 centimeter, and thereby when you convert it into Armstrong, it will be 10 raised to minus 30 Armstrong, which is very less wavelength. So it is very small wavelength which cannot be observed. So hence it becomes insignificant. So as you understood that how the de Broglie equation is followed only for the particle with a smaller mass, not for a bigger mass. Next time inshallah we'll study about the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Thank you.